Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. And before we actually get into the video, I would like to thank everybody who has supported me thus far. And maybe you're new around here, you want to consider subscribing. I'm going to give you a reason to, so just watch the video. You can make the choice for yourself whether you want to subscribe. Now, if you've been subscribed to me for a while, or you've been supporting my content for a while, I thank you. You are an absolute GOAT. With that out the way, the last thing I like to go over before we get into the actual video is the gameplay in the background. Now, usually the gameplay in the background is just a random game I throw on from like Call of Duty Mobile, but I actually tried out a game called Standoff 2, which is pretty fun, I'm not gonna lie. They have a cool little diffuse CQB mode that I like, and I might actually feature some of that on the channel. So if you guys are interested in that, then let me know, and I will get on that. Now let's actually get into today's video. Today's video is basically a continuation from yesterday's video of IMOW in making his new CQB game, and I have some additional news I want to go over with, so let's actually start getting into that. First thing I want to go over is the game itself. The game itself is going to be a futuristic CQB. Now this kind of had me worried for a minute because I thought we were going to be shooting like laser guns and stuff like that, which I didn't really think was going to be a good theme to the CQB aspect of the game. But as you guys are going to see once I get into that, that's not the case. Now the next thing we're going to hop into is the name. Now you may have heard the name by now, but if you haven't, it's called warinarms. Now warinarms was a former Battlefield game, and now it's being turned into a CQB, with IMOW being the face of the developing. He's kind of like the public figure, if you will, but he's still working on the game with the developers, and they're still working with the guy who was initially in charge of warinarms. Also learned IMOW has been working on his game developing skills since Area F2 closed down a little while ago, and he's been doing it for about 7 months now, so I take it Area F2 has been shut down for about 7 months now. I'm not completely sure when it was shut down, but I guess it's been a while now. To be honest, it really has been a while, and we were kind of just sitting around waiting for the next game to come around. IMOW was out here thinking what could he do to get that product now. So we started learning developing skills. And over this time, he's been assembling a team of developers, admins, graphic designers, and voice actors for characters. Also, another thing I want to go over is that their voice actors are going to have a kind of major role in the loading up of the game. I think it's basically be a short little cinematic intro, and which kind of introduces you to the plot, which I will go over in a second. But this is purely speculated as well. It could also mean sort of a campaign story mode type coming to the game. Now, if the game has this, that would actually be pretty hype, I'm not gonna lie. I would love to play the game even more and have like a little campaign series of the game. Maybe kind of just have a little playlist of that on the side as I'm uploading more of this original content that you guys are seeing right now. If that's something you guys would like to see if the game happens to have a campaign, then just let me know. But this is widely speculated and shouldn't be taken with any truth. Just take it with a grain of salt, like I always say. Mostly when I'm not sure what I'm saying or I'm speculating of something, I'm gonna say take it with a grain of salt, not to mislead anybody. The next interesting piece of news we have here is the game is gonna be in early access instead of a beta test. So there's not gonna be any beta testers. If you wanted to be a beta tester, I'm sorry, you can't. But you can still play the game. As a matter of fact, we can all play the game. It's going to be an early access type of launch to the game, and we'll all be able to give our community feedback of the game. Now, I think this is very important to IMOW because he stated that the game is going to be community feedback based. So he's going to be listening to the community, and I think this is a very good thing. So I think we can expect a lot of implementations from the community itself, maybe skins, maps, and who knows, the possibilities are endless when you have the community on your side. IMOW has also said he joined a newly founded game company called Rank Up Games, and they're new to developing. Basically, I don't think they've developed anything. If they have, I will put the titles on the screen so you can see and maybe check out the games for yourself if they do have any. Basically, they've just started up, so maybe asking now, it's a new game developing company. Why should I have faith in them for making an excellent or a good playable CQB for mobile that I should try out? My first thing to say to you would be just try it out and that it's going to be a good game, but that's not going to sell everybody. So one point that I have is that they're listening to IMOW, and IMOW isn't one of the most biggest figures in the game, but I would say he's a big public figure in getting the game out there and branding, and he kind of has all the deals for the game to get out there, so that he's a very big asset to the game. And usually when you have people like this, the developers, the people who are actually making the game, try to limit those people and what they can actually do and kind of don't write them off. So we see that this company, Rank Up Games, is actually having IMO in his community and just pitching their ideas and actually kind of taking them in and just going off that. So I think that is very respectable and commendable as a gaming developing company just starting out. You guys have heard me say the name warinarms, and that's going to be the title of the game. And I don't think this is bad, but I think it could use a change in my personal opinion. The name warinarms isn't really catchy, and I don't think it's going to really have an impact. But at the same time, a game called Area F2 is not very catchy, but at the same time, you guys saw how that game did. But just in my personal opinion, I'd like to see a name change. If you guys have any suggestions down below, then list them. I will list a couple of mine in the pinned comment that I type out. Now, everything about War in Arms, the Battlefield concept, is being deleted, basically, just not implemented in the slightest, except that they're keeping the name, the servers, and cybersecurities, which I think is going to be used to save time on developing the game itself and getting it out there. So they're kind of just saving the process and getting it out there like that. So it's either trying to get it out as soon as they can, but get it done right. Still in the project phases, so we can't really expect too much right now, but from what I'm hearing, it sounds like a good little pitch. The storyline is based in 2048 with factions of upper class in like a rough, high crime type of neighborhood. So it's kind of like you have the upper echelon of people, and then you kind of have the lower people in the slums of society, and they're kind of sparring at each other a bit. So I guess we're gonna have sort of a rogue against like government funded military type of team. So we're gonna have a rebel team and a government team, if you will. Basically, that adds a little bit of depth to the game, and I think that's actually a pretty cool concept, and I can't wait to see how it's implemented. Now, as I said, I really don't want a futuristic CQB game that's gonna have laser guns, or like just feel like I'm not really shooting or not have the CQB elements that I'm used to. But however, IMOW has proved my suspicions wrong and said you're gonna try to keep it as simplistic as they can with CQB elements. So I doubt there'll be laser guns, but who knows, we can't rule that out yet, but I kinda just doubt it. One of the last things that we have is that they have said that they're trying to be different and not have a potential lawsuit on their hands like Area 2 had, and just try to stay out of those law troubles. We've done this by making everything custom, so everything they make is made by them. I think that's a pretty cool concept, and I can't wait to see how it is. And I think they're gonna be able to implement our community feedback a bit more better. That's basically all I have for you guys. And also the last thing I want to go over is that it's going to be launching in 2021, but there's no exact date confirmed. We'll have to stay tuned. I'm going to be making follow-up videos for major things that happen. So his next video, he stated, is going to be talking about the dev process, so like devlogs, and I'm not going to be going on that too much unless I find something interesting that I want to like kind of speak on. So from now, I'm just gonna sit back and see what happens. And you guys, if you guys want to keep up with the process, I'm gonna have his channel and Discord servers for his server and the War in Arms server as well, so you can ask the questions you guys want from there. Now with that, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like it, subscribe, press the bell icon so you get all the recent updates for when I upload a video. So with that being said, I'll catch you guys later. Hope you have a nice day and keep it cash money. Peace out, guys.